Welcome to the 30-Day Twitter Challenge for Teachers with Eric Langhorst, a step-by-step guide to getting started and getting the most out of Twitter. Hi, my name is Eric, and you're in day 29 of Twitter for Teachers, a 30-day program to help teach educators how to use Twitter. So today's topic is sharing your favorites. So earlier in this program, we talked about creating favorites from Twitter, which is one of my favorite things to do. If I'm checking out Twitter, I might not have time to read an entire article, so I'll favorite it by hitting that little star. But then a lot of times it's hard to remember to go back and look at those favorites, and it's also hard to categorize them. So I have thousands of favorites that I've collected over the years, but they're just in one large chronological order according to when I favorited them. So it'd be nice to have a way to maybe put them in a different format. If I wanted to share them with somebody, have a little bit easier way to share them. So there's several different options you have as far as creating ways to add functionality to your favorites. So this is a little bit more advanced type of stuff, but I mean, we're in day 29, so we're talking about a couple other things. So there's ways that you can kick it out to different social media apps like Digo. So you could kick it out to Digo so that it automatically creates a list that you could share with somebody. You could also use apps like Zapier, or you could use a recipe from If This Then That allows you to, every time you favorite anything on Twitter, it automatically gets created into a Google Doc. And that's probably my favorite way of collecting favorites, because once you have it in a Google Doc, you can do a lot of different things with it. Once I have a Google Doc of all my favorites, I could go ahead and add like a little tag to it if I wanted to. I could color code them according to, is this something for the classroom? Is it just something interesting? I could also do things like search. So I could do a search throughout the entire document for a particular term and easily find that favorite back. I could tag them in a certain way and then group them and put them into a table and sort them according to different categories. So once you get them to a Google Doc, there's a lot of ways that you can add functionality to how you sort them, but then you could also decide how you want to share them. So maybe I've got an entire list of things that I've favorited from Twitter that I want to share with my social studies staff. I could then share that Google Doc pretty easily with them. It'd be a little bit harder if I just had it in my Twitter account to be able to really send it out and share it. So check out the resources we have today down below. A lot of them are different apps, and there's a website that kind of describes how you might create a recipe and if this, then that to do that. There's a link to Zapier so you can check out how that app works. But your task today is just to kind of try setting up one of these so that you could save your favorites in a different location. If you're wondering which one to do, I would suggest trying to get your favorites to a Google Doc, because I think that one has the most functionality. So that's your task for today in day 29. Tomorrow is day 30, your final day in the program, and we'll talk about how you can share tweets or tweets that have a particular hashtag with a large group. So for example, maybe you're sponsoring a hashtag in your school and you want to have a faculty meeting and have everybody see what's been showing up with the school hashtag in the last week. Or maybe you have a conference or you have some kind of workshop and you want to have like a big wall that displays all of the tweets coming in with that hashtag. So we'll talk a little bit about some programs and apps that you can use to share your tweets with a large audience. So that's it for day 29. We'll see you tomorrow on the final day of the project, day 30. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Please check out the entire collection of tips to help teachers use Twitter at twitterforteachers.com.